Hello, beautiful ones. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. Instead of filming inside them, or outside, I should say, I'm filming inside my room. But I just had to share what was coming up, and I hope everyone's doing well this morning. I hope everyone slept well. Everyone's having a good day wherever they are. I wanted to talk today about the importance of knowing our place in the universe and of knowing that we are not alone, of realizing that we are not just citizens of this planet of Earth, that we are actually citizens of a much larger, not just galaxy, but universe, and that we are not in fact alone, that there are many civilizations out there that are here to assist us, that love us, and that are more than happy to support us in our evolution and in our ascension or awakening. And whatever process that we are going through, maybe we are going through a process of healing, and maybe that is part of the awakening process that you're going through. We give it a name, and I say, it's awakening, but it doesn't have to have a name. It's just whatever process we're going through in this moment, in this lifetime that we're experiencing. And to realize what a lot of us have forgotten, which is okay that we've forgotten it, that we are in fact not alone, that there is so much life that surrounds us that we can't always see, but sometimes we can feel life that interacts with us. Um, and that life is so much more magical than we realize that it is. We see our existence through our using our five senses, using our sensory organs, and they're wonderful. I'm so grateful. I was recently seeing videos of people who are colorblind and who see where they have special glasses now where you can put them on and you can actually see colors, and people that had seen colors for the first time, and it was people of all ages, and the reaction to them seeing colors was like they would start crying, like they just couldn't believe it. It was so beautiful. And it's the same way for us. We see all these colors and we don't appreciate them. We don't realize how lucky we are that we're able to see. And yet to someone who can't see color, or to someone who can't see at all, it's their being able to see it to them is so magical. But to us, because we get used to it, we just kind of take it for granted. And so I guess what I'm encouraging all of us to do is to see the color around you, to see the things that are around you, to realize how blessed you are to be able to see what's around you, but to also realize that there's much more than what your physical eyes can see. For the longest time, I was trying to open up my third eye, and I kept on thinking that whatever I was going to see, I was going to see through my physical eyes. And when I see through my third eye, if that's even a good way to describe it, it's my inner eye is more so what I call it, is I actually see with another sense. It's not with my physical eyes. And when I hear, like, for example, if I'm communicating with other aspects of myself, or I'm communicating with beings that are here, like a team that we all have. We each have, a team of beings that are with us, that are here with us in spirit, if you want to say, in energy mode, and they are able to communicate with us, and they're here to assist us for different reasons. Some of us will have family members with us, and people will call them spirit guides. Some of them will appear to be as angels. It just depends on who's around us, and how we're perceiving them. So those beings that are here to assist us, and they are here to support us and to guide us in a lot of ways. They're not here to do the work for us. We're the ones doing the work, but they are here to assist us in any way that they can. And if you haven't communicated with those beings, I invite you to communicate with those beings that are around you, that are here to assist you. They are beings that have been with us since we were children, and even before. In my case, the first being that I communicated with, her name is Sarah, and she appeared to me at first as like an angel, and she's not an angel. She's from the Pleiades, but she's not an angel. She just like appears to be an angel. But the way that I saw her, she had wings. She has wings, and she was just such a radiant being, and all I saw was like light at first. But she was so loving and just so. I just felt so comfortable with her. It was just like a good feeling. There was no fear there. And I've known her always, and apparently, you know, when when other aspects of myself, or even some of the beings that are here with me now, when they were incarnated, I was their guide. And so it's like almost like we've gone back and forth. And what I tried actually to communicate with them in the beginning, and everyone has different way, like different talents. Keep this in mind. Like, keep in mind that not everyone does everything the same. So, for example, for me, I did kind of like I don't know if it's automatic writing, because it's more like I would ask a question and I would just let my hand move. It is automatic writing. I would let my hand answer it, and so like I would get answers from them. And it's interesting because the writing was always like, the writing back that I would get was always like sloppy. It was different from my own handwriting, and so uh, so I would ask them questions like that, and I would find out who was with me. And then there also seems to be beings that come in and out. For example, my mom transitioned in 2018, and so she's here, but she seems to be kind of in and out. I have a sister that transitioned in 2004. That she had her 18th year death anniversary yesterday, and oddly enough, her birthday was also on the first of the same month. Which there is, by the way, a correlation between that. If you want to do some research, look it up. Meaning your birthday and the day of like your death. A lot of the times for your transition, we seem to, for some weird reason, choose to correlate those before we come. But anyways, or when we choose to transition, for some odd reason, it seems to be close to like our birthday for some people. So it's interesting because I noticed that I used to be in the death industry. I guess I don't know if that's a good way to describe it, but I went to school to be an embalmer and a funeral director, and worked in a funeral home, and then I did tissue and organ recovery with a company for 5 years. And so I would notice that when we would get a lot of donors, the birthdays would be really close to the time that I got to see them. And so it was like, happy birthday. But yeah, back then I wasn't tapped in like I am now. I would like, sometimes I remember that I would like hold their hand, and I would just kind of be with them and just say like, sorry this happened, especially if it had been like, if I knew that they'd suffered. Or I would like kind of send them messages, or I would feel for them. And maybe they were in the room, I don't know, but I mean, they were helping people. Everything that they were doing, they were helping people live longer, giving people sight, giving people the ability to be healthy again, to move about, to be pain free. I mean, what they were doing was amazing. And the body, I guess it was kind of like the shell, the body that was left behind was being used. But sometimes maybe I sense them, but I didn't know that back then. But anyways, I'm off topic now. I I tend to like, I could talk for a long time about different topics, and just whatever comes through. I don't know what's gonna be said. I just kind of let it flow. Uh, I I realize that when I do that, I seem to go from topic to topic, and so I try to like narrow it down and try to get like something get the ideas ordered so that I could like make sense when I talked, when I made the videos. But I realized that it just didn't. It's not me. I didn't come out as natural. So um, yeah, but I do prefer to just kind of let it flow and let it be. And I hope that this isn't too much for any of you, and that you're able to get something out of this, and it makes sense. And whoever's watching this, and even the ones that are not, you are so loved. There's so much love for humanity. There's so much love for all of you. So much admiration for what you're doing. This is such a difficult thing to come and do. And even though, you know, there has been a line of people waiting, wanting to come into the planet, which is so interesting because so many of us get here. And once we get here, we don't want to do it, but we were so anxious to come and be a part of this. And we realized before we came how important it was, and the opportunity and the blessing that it would be for us to be able to participate in this shift that the planet is going through. That, you know, it's a awakening, ascending, whatever name we want to give it. We're going through it. We are going through it in each and every moment. The earth is going through so many changes herself. As you can tell, it's very active right now. And we seem to be actually very connected to the changes of the planet and to the changes of the sun. You know, that's why sometimes I'll talk about, you know, the sun has been very active, and there's things that you can follow if you want to. You know, it's the Schumann's resonance, like the heartbeat of the earth. And so measuring like the electromagnetic field around the earth, and realizing that we also have an electromagnetic field that surrounds us, and that we are affected by what happens with the earth. We're affected by what happens with the sun. The sun has been very active. I mean, even when I go outside, yesterday I went outside and I was like blinded. I mean, the sun was like bright, like brighter than I've ever seen it. Like, just, it was like, wow. But at the same time, I went outside, and here I'm in Northern California. It was pretty warm. It's been like close to 100, you know, but it's been like hot during the daytime, like really, really warm. And at nighttime, it cools down really, really nice. At nighttime, it's almost cold. And I'm here in an area that we get something called the Delta breeze. And so it gets almost borderline chilly here at nighttime, even during the summertime, but unless we're having a heat wave. But I've been noticing the sun's a lot brighter, and just the sun's been going through a lot of changes, and it reflects on the earth, and it reflects upon us. I would like to someday actually make a video about this, because I've actually found a link between human evolution and the activity of the sun. So I've noticed that, for example, in my experience, and also studying history, by the way, and when I do a little bit more research, I'll make a video about it. But my years of growth were also the years that the sun were the most active. So when the sun had like the most X flares, which is, you know, some of the strongest flares that you have, that the sun can give off, or that can be generated through storms. So I noticed that that's when I had most of my growth, and most of my slow periods that I don't really remember was when the sun was the quietest. So that's a really interesting thing to realize, because right now the earth, the sun is active. It's been like staying mostly in the C class like flares that we've been getting, which are not generally too strong. Obviously, if they're earth directed, then we're in trouble sometimes, you know. But I mean, the earth protects us, you know, and she does such a great job. Regardless of what we do to her, she continues to protect us. It's, you know, I wish we could all be a little bit more grateful to her, and respect her, and try to restore her, and honor her, and be just treat the earth different than we do, instead of seeing it as just something to just put trash in and take from, you know, and abuse. I wish we honored her, the planet, for the mother that she is, and for taking care of us each and every day, providing everything that we need, protecting us from what's out there. You know, when we get hit by solar flares, you know, what catches that, you know, what protects us from even like things that are going out in space, and what allows us to have access to water, which we're made out of and which we need, and, you know, what gives us food, oxygen, everything that allows us to live. And, you know, we just like, oh, it's just here, but we do have to take care of her. We have to take care of the planet. But I completely went off topic. But I was talking about originally just realizing that we are citizens of this galaxy, of the Milky Way galaxy, whatever we want to call it. It's not known by that. It's not known as Milky Way galaxy by other civilizations, by the way. But obviously, but it's realizing that we are connected to other civilizations, that we are also interacting with other life around us, elemental life that exists within our bodies, even all the bacterial life that exists within us, and the life that surrounds us, and realizing also that there are beings here that we may not be able to see, but that are helping us, that attempt to communicate with us. And sometimes they communicate with us using our own technology. For example, my phone, I joke around that it's possessed because I'm convinced that my mother sends me messages to my phone. I had my phone type out my name by itself yesterday, and my phone is set up to type in English, and yet it will voice type in Spanish whole sentences from my mom, including, messages telling me to get out of bed. And I've been like, okay, I know I have to get out of bed. And just things like that. And it's everything, it's benign, but they will use any means to be able to communicate with you if that is what is needed. So just really be aware of the fact that you have a lot of love around you. That just when you feel like you're the most alone is when you have the most life surrounding you, the most life supporting you, and that you can call out to this life and allow this life, this love that surrounds you, to assist you, to help you. I love you all, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend wherever you are. Please continue to be strong. You are all so admired and viewed through the eyes of love, through the eyes of compassion, of understanding, by so many beings that are here assisting, including myself. I'm so proud of us all, of all that we continue to do, and I know that there are many that are still lost, that are still existing in hatred, that are putting greed above life, and I know that this message may not reach them, but my message reaches all, and it is a message of love, and it is a message that doesn't just arise from the being that I am, from this body, from this time and space. It is a message that is coming from our divine radiance, love source, and it is a message that encompasses every word that I speak, that encompasses this very moment, wheresoever life may be, and that reaches and touches every heart, that reaches that flame within all life, that is in deep gratitude for all life. I thank you all. May all beings be blessed. I love you.